Good. So thank you and good morning, everyone. I'm Timo Ruohomäki from Forum Helsinki, and Forum Helsinki is an innovation company part of the city of Helsinki. So we mainly care about the EU-related innovation projects that are somehow creating the city smarter. So today I have two main topics. I thought that I would also start with the AI registry, and basically the idea is then how do we build trust with transparency when it comes to AI, and then the second part is about the procurement part. How do we procure AI in a transparent manner? So let's see. Hold on. So the AI registry, it actually has two different sides. That internally the discussion started also from the technical point of view, that in the case of AI algorithms there is a need to audit or to understand better that as an example what is the impact to the private data, personal data, when we utilize AI on certain services. But then, of course, also in early stages, we realized that there is also the transparency and trust building issue, that how do we communicate back to the citizens what we are going to do with that. And this is, of course, important because when we are getting AI in the smart city services, we are not getting AI as a new service or new product. We are getting products and services that include AI. So because of that, it is important to be transparent. And what is also important in this, when we created this website, basically to explain to the citizens that these are the services where AI is involved, that we use language that is easy to understand by the citizens, because it's easy also to jump to the technical acronyms and technical words when talking about these kind of advanced innovations. But it is very important that the value and the impact and also the benefit back to the citizen is clearly communicated. And this is an important part of the site, and the link is also here. So there is an English version available. So have a look at what is happening there. So in next part, talking about the procurement and how AI and innovative products can be procured. And I'm using here an example coming from AI for Cities project. So this was using an EU instrument called Pre-Commercial Procurement, PCP, but this is actually not limited to the EU funding. You could also use innovative funding instruments, and you could also create your own innovative procurement instruments. But this is just an example how we implemented that as part of the AI and as part of the innovation procurement. So AI for Cities is quite a large project. We have several 36 months. Quite a significant budget, because mainly this is about cascade funding of the companies that are willing to provide something for the cities, and also several cities involved. So as a process, how it works is that it is divided to different phases. So it is this kind of funnel type of instrument, in a way that we will start from the scratch, and we start by not saying that we need this kind of product, but instead we have this kind of problem. And the problem that we communicated as part of this is that of course we have a climate neutrality programs which require a lot of interventions, a lot of actions that need to be done, especially on the mobility and energy domains. So these two challenges were something that we provided for the companies to look at, and then we started to ask that would you be willing to provide as a solution, as an innovative service that would somehow utilize AI and would also tackle the problem that we provided. So in phase one solution design, there was already a small amount of funding available for the companies that were passing this instrument. So 20 plus 20 suppliers were selected. In the second phase, when we're creating actual live prototypes of using real data, then a little bit smaller amount of companies, but still a significant funding for those experiments. And then finally, in third phase, there was a prototype testing. So as an example, at the moment in Helsinki, there is one AI solution is used in a school building, and another one is used in to control traffic lights in a way so that the traffic flow would be more fluent, which would then mean that the cars would be utilizing less fuel when they are driving more fluently. So this would, when we are looking for innovation and when we are looking for AI, it is not necessarily a good idea to say that we need AI as a box, AI in a box and AI as a product, but instead of that, starting from the actual problem and starting from the actual need for that, and then seeing that what could be done, and also giving the companies the room and opportunity to really develop something and really innovate as part of the procurement process. Because cities have somewhat unique requirements as well. It's not always easy to understand that what are the requirements that the cities have, and what is the difference between a smart city use case and an industrial use case, as an example. So how do we build again the transparency and trust? How do we communicate with the citizens? All that kind of things are much more important in the city use cases than they are in the other ones. So in the mobility sub-challenges, 4 sub-challenges were identified. How do we use AI in a mobility as a service situations, in a traffic flow optimization, which this traffic lights thing is a good example of. How do we optimize logistics better? And then also had a wild card, meaning that the companies are free to present, give ideas on where they could utilize AI to develop better services for the citizens. And in the energy lot, 4 sub-challenges, how do we consume energy in a more flexible way? How do we be more energy efficient? And also how do we develop renewable energy? And again, a wild card, if there is anything that new ideas that are not necessarily falling to any of these 3 sub-challenges. So piloting phase had 3 targets. There has to be a proven CO2 emission reduction. There has to be benefits coming out of the AI, and there has to be a significant replicability and relevance for the other cities. So there must be impact also coming from this side, that we are not only doing it once, but we are also able to copy and replicate it to other cities when needed. And the World Summit AI is actually going on at the same time when we are here. So finally, in order to understand better that how they would really work, we also created an application evaluation tool that allowed third-party evaluators to look at the solution provided and then giving us scores on different areas, like how advanced the AI actually is, how big the impact on the CO2 emissions is it technically solid? Is it something that the cities might have the skills? Is the team skilled enough? Is the plan solid? And this was actually quite good exercise as well, because of course every city has a bit different kind of requirements, different kind of needs, and then also trying to understand better that what the differences are, and do we agree on the selection criteria. But overall 15 criteria, and then defining by that what might be the winning solutions. So this is at the moment ending. PCP as a method is a useful way to procure innovation, and especially AI innovation, and these kind of tools are helpful. And also there are lots of things to replicate to other projects. So have a look at the AI for Cities website if you want to hear more. So thank you for this.